Can you see out there? This is Greenwood, and it looks like a bomb went off. The world's in a crazy, crazy, crazy place at the moment, and all the little businesses in this beautiful town of ours is trying to make ends meet. So we thought, Cowboys, we're just going to pay them a quick visit while we still can. Just find out what it means to them, the fact that the local people still support them, and how you in this area can support them. Because the reality of the fact is, look there, nothing. Because this is what makes Greenwood's businesses succeed on an annual basis, is when the sun is out, spring is up, people start traveling through. 6,000 cars usually go past this road. Listen, nothing. Let's go see what they're up to. Crazy, crazy times. We've been sort of saying to people they need to listen in the background because not much is happening down this main road, and it's really all about the main road for us here in Greenwood, isn't it?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
No, they're not allowed to stop. Joanne, what we're trying to work out is smaller businesses like yourselves. What has been happening over the last couple of weeks here?
Well, it's pretty scary. We just came out of our winter, so that's your low point. You try and build up until you get into the high tourist season. It's been a little scary. I don't know. Best I can do is knuckle down, hang on, and keep going as much as I can.
What can local people do to ensure that businesses like these still are around? Yours, our little business, Bruce's little business down the road. There's a good chance in 32 weeks that people like us might not be around in these smaller towns anymore. So what are we looking for?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's not just here. I think it's across the world right now. Locals can certainly help. It's always been push buy local and support your local businesses. I know it's tough on everybody because the layoffs. That's the other thing is, do you have spare money to come out? It'd be great to be able to say, come on out and support us small businesses to ensure that we're going to be here in 6 months or a year from now. But understanding at the same time, a lot of people are hurting too. So, like I said, we're just kind of hanging on, and I hope it works for a lot of the places here.
The good news though is we got our local bread. So you want a Greenwood loaf of bread, you want a Midway loaf of bread. It's coming fresh out of the oven right there. The Copper Eagle's been here for a long, long time, and we're local. We want you to be shopping local, and we understand everybody's going to hurt. So we're in this together. You're wearing a lot of hats nowadays, aren't you?
I'm definitely wearing different hats today, or now until things get back to normal. Yes, we're wearing, I think I got 3 different hats on today.
Bruce, we're talking to some of the other businesses in town, and we're asking them how this whole thing has impacted. What has changed for you guys?
Well, sales right away, 75% are down. So that's the big one. Because of that, we've had to let everybody go but 2 of our employees. And to keep them employed, we're opening the barbecue today, and we're going to let them run the barbecue and see if they can make enough money to keep themselves employed. And that's that step. And inside basically is my wife and I just doing all the jobs that we had 6 different people doing.
So that's making coffee, that's doing the washing, that's doing the baking. You're a man.
Now I'm ready to go do chili.
lots of talents. That's all I can say. So. Definitely, the impact on the businesses is huge.
Yes.
We are absolutely dumbfounded at the traffic stopped in town, because this Highway 3 is the whole thing. It keeps a lot of businesses like yourselves going.
Yeah.
What can some of the local folks expect from you and from businesses in town? How can they support?
Well, the best way to support us is to continue using us as their services for coffees. If they feel uncomfortable coming in, we are offering to just call us and we'll bring it out to the parking lot. And also we've started a delivery service for the barbecue, and now we can do that for breakfast. And also, so if you want coffees and whatever else, we will do our utmost to get you that product. And another one that I heard actually a couple days ago, and I thought that would really help. A really big way to help small businesses like mine is to go and buy gift certificates, not using them within the next 2 months. Because basically what that does is gives me some cash.
We got this make something on our shirts all the time, and people were looking funny at us for many years now and saying, why in the heck do you put that on? Our view is the local people that make things are the people that's going to survive this winter.
Yes.
I mean, and to be honest with you, it's an economic winter we're ahead on.
Yeah.
On anyway.
It is. It is. Yeah. This is basically these 2 weeks have been just like January, which is our slowest 2 weeks of the year. And of course, we were prepared for spring break. So stock-wise, if we were a restaurant that wasn't set up for a takeout anyway, game over. So we thank God every day that we have something that we can still chug along with and do the best that we can. We got a golf cart coming so we can zip it out, zip your order out to where you're parked. And we're hoping that we can entice a few people from Grand Forks as well, just to come out for a family outing. You will never have to make contact with anybody else if you don't want to. And I get it. And that's what we should be promoting. Like, we don't want 20 people in my store. Unfortunately, it's horrible to say as an owner, but at the same time, if Katie and I get sick, we're done.
You know what I appreciate about you and Deadwood Junction? Because you are, I mean, the whole image of Deadwood Junction is the enthusiasm, the positivity, the can-do attitude. You guys are amazing, and it's so good to have you in town. I appreciate the opportunity to promote you, and please, people, that's the whole point is, help us so that we can continue doing the good things we do.
I want my doors to close, and I need your guys' help to keep them open.
You're starting a business, and the next moment you hear, what do we call this thing? It's called the Kung Flu or the Wu Tang, the Wuhan
coronavirus.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah. Now what now? What now?
Well, we're rolling with all the punches that we get. They told us to shut down, so we shut down, and they said we could do takeout, so now we're doing takeout, and we're communicating with the community as much as we can, what we can do for them, and we're just doing what we can do for them.
The reality is you guys are almost turning into a bit of a public service now, because there are some older folks around here in Midway that don't necessarily have the energy to be able to cook, or some of them might actually end up being sick and they need some food to be taken care of. So Leanne, are you gearing for some of that need?
100%. We are delivering within the village of Midway, and just call us with a credit card, pay cash, e-transfer, however it can work, we'll make it work for you. We're here to support the community as well as they are supporting us.
How is a little town like Greenwood going to survive this one? I mean, to be honest with you, Greenwood's been trying to die for 100 years. We've not succeeded in doing that, have we?
No, we haven't. And
we're not going to do it this time.
And every day I sit and look out the window, like I say, it's always that you look and you always have hope for this little city. Always have hope, because I love this little city, and that's the key. Wouldn't be here if I didn't love it.
How did things change over the last couple of weeks for you and your business?
What it is we were told that we cannot, I got 2 guys at work, 3 guys actually. I was told that my boys cannot go into, unless it's an emergency. I can send 1 person in. You got to be gowned and masked and stuff like that. Other than that, we cannot, on the safety of everybody, basically do not go and do service calls and stuff like that.
How can the local community support people like you now in this situation?
You know, in all honesty, Hendrik, I don't know. I really don't know, because the thing is, we have to reach out to our politicians, to our government and that. The locals, like I said, if we can pick up little jobs here and there that we can do, but again, it's going to be tight.
This is a town that knows hardship.
It does, very much so.
I don't want to start on a negative note here, Martin. I mean, both of us is brand new to town. Mm-hmm. We just moved here last year, and we said if there's a really nice little place you want to be when things don't get right in the world, this will be the place, because it's community and people are still enterprising and they're still getting going. But I'd be honest with you, I didn't expect a bomb to explode in the last 2 weeks. I know that there's a whole lot of people that's incomes just suddenly dried up. So what can you do? You're going to be a little more conscientious about what you spend, what you eat, how you're going to pay your bills, right?
Yeah, I'm telling people that if they got the big truck that can drive over everybody else and get to the store first and get all the toilet paper, make sure they share it with everybody else. We
have the self-isolation that's important, because that stops the spread of the virus. Doesn't stop it, plateaus the curve, but the reality is the virus is going to be there. But knock on the door next door. Make sure your folks are okay, especially here in Greenwood in the area, because we got a lot of older folks here.
Yep. There's lots of things we can do. I've been visiting all the businesses, and I know you have too, which is great, because that's what we have to do, is show the support in the community. As the Board of Trade, we have to make sure that our businesses are functional and operational. And even, for example, Hell's Bells is going to be opening at the end of the month.
We're going to be opening by the end of the month.
Yeah.
We're going to start firing up our smokers. HQ is going to do its smoked meats and so forth. So We've checked in with the smaller businesses. They've implemented all the necessary guidelines that the provinces came out with. But I would say the biggest thing we can ask for is for people to actually just continue supporting them, because this motorway is not going, which means they're really dependent on our local support.
One thing I'm also implementing on air is that if you're not able to go and buy stuff or you can't get out, you can always buy gift certificates from those businesses. That gives them some cash flow. And then when things are back to normal, you can get out there and use those. They'll be more than happy to redeem those gift certificates. So that's something really important I'm trying to stress. Make sure that if you can get out there, even if you can't, call them up, give them your credit card number, say, yeah, I want a $100 gift certificate. That helps them. And then once that happens, then when things are back to normal, which won't be that long, I'm hoping. And that's something that I think will be very good for our business communities all around. People are doing great things. So.
I have one more piece of advice. I'm going to come back to the make something thing, because when we're standing here with old fellow, this is an enterprising reason. This is where people come that are hardworking. Don't just sit on Facebook and get depressed, because I'm already, after 3 days, I've had enough of this. There's nothing new anymore. Make something, cook something. Take a hammer, get a few nails, take a few planks, come up with a product, just make something so that, and if you've got nobody to share it with, give us a shout. At the Border Trade, give us a shout at the Two Cowboys. We want to tell the world about what you're doing while you're setting this thing out. Yeah. And the best thing you can do is make something, because that helps you up.
It really does, and that's a really good advice. And I'll just add on to that a little bit by saying that we have to make sure that socially we stick together. And I'm telling so many people that what you're reading on Facebook is not the news. Stay tuned, more of this to come. Hopefully positive news, but we're going to bring it to you because we're local. He's local, we're local, and we care about Greenwood and the Boundary Country. We have to do one thing. You said how you say hello now and just shake hands?
Oh, you want to do the Wuhan shake?
Yeah, is that how it goes?
Yeah, well, you start with the right foot then.
The right foot?
Yeah, bang, bang.
Bang.
See you guys.